Good morning. I'll just turn this off a minute. Boris has got the disease. Anyway, good. Look, I had a few comments from the last series 5, lesson 5, from one or two people. One said I should stick with photography. Thanks very much. Yes. And another one said there's too much of my face, so I'll just show a little bit of my face, shall I? I don't know. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, that was from my nice friend Colette, my model, who poses for me sometimes. She keeps complaining that I distort things too much, but I like distortion. Anyway, today we're going to talk about distortion. In fact, it's all about a new word I want to teach you. It's called foreshortening. Now, foreshortening is all about exaggerating the scale when you're drawing. Don't get too serious now, but look, it's when something is close to you, like that, you exaggerate the size. The head is small, further in the distance, and what's close to you, it's good to exaggerate. A good example of that is Lucian Freud, and you can see here, I think you can see here a good example of foreshortening. So the head is quite small in comparison to the knee, so the head's further away. Maybe a little bit closer. Yes, the head, you can see, I can even make it more distorted by doing that. The head is further away, so it's smaller, isn't it? And the knee here is really close to you, so it's very big. It's a bit like a wide-angle lens. Lucian Freud uses this quite a lot. I love Lucian Freud. It distorts the figure. Well, it's not really distortion, it's really there. When you do when something's very close to you, it is actually bigger. When the head's further away, it gets smaller, doesn't it? It's like perspective. Another example, I suppose, is this one, a self-portrait of a painting of Lucian Freud, and I like the ways it's like the camera's down at the bottom, so this is much bigger, and as you go further away it goes smaller, so his head's a lot smaller. So we call, and these figures are like here, it's what you call foreshortening. So when you draw something, look at what's actually there in front of you and draw it, so you realise how much the things that are close to you are so much bigger, and then as you go further away, it gets smaller. What else have I got here? Oh, this one. It's interesting. I thought I'd just show you. Was it this one? No, not this one. This one. I used to own this etching. I sold it about when I bought the house, 2003. Actually, to help me buy this house. So if I'd kept it, I'm sure I probably could have bought the house with it. I don't know. But anyway, this is Lucian Freud's beautiful drawings, paintings. I mean, if I could paint like that, I'd be very happy. Beautiful paintings. People say he can't draw, but he can draw. Fantastic. Anyway, that's Lucian Freud. Brilliant. If you can get that volume, Lucian Freud, cost about 80 quid, but anyway. Just wanted to show you this. Another very good example, I think again by Lucian Freud. think it's lucinified. I'm pretty sure it is. Is it lucinified? No, it's actually Jimmy Savile. Very similar to lucinified. But look how you've got this foreshortening of the leg. So it's so close, and then the head's so small. So when you're drawing, please draw what you actually see. It's actually that size. Another good little lesson I'd like you to think about when you do your drawing is this. Now this is simple. As I said, you know, we don't really see lines, we see shapes. And this is a good example of a teapot. But look, these shapes in the background actually help the artist to place the object of the teapot. So he saw that line that helped him to know where that was. He drew that line and stopped there. He drew that line to stop there. He drew that line to start there. All these lines here, the background, helps to position the object you're painting or drawing. So there you are. It's a very simple, very good illustration of how to draw. Getting a bit serious now, aren't we? Anyway, so, and we talked about boundary lines, and again, you can see from that drawing, I mean, there's another good example of drawing your boundary line, and then drawing these off lines in the background to position the objects. So these lines here going up and down help you to position objects in your boundary or in your boundary line, your square or your, see, and there's the painting, so you can develop your colorways, and then there's you start painting. That's a very good example. This book is very good. If you can ever find this book, it's called Painter's Progress. Very good book. If you can find that book on Amazon, it's a brilliant book because it starts right from drawing. Starts from drawing. Painter's Progress. This book, and it starts from drawing. So there's the chapters, very simple. And I like this because it's very visual, clever, simple, how to work a colour, circles, how to click. It goes from drawing to painting, and then watercolour techniques and all sorts of things. So it's very, very good book. A lot of it black and white, but there's a lot of colour. I mean, look at that, it's beautiful. I like this painting because it's all about shadows. One thing about my work, you'll notice, it's all about shadows. A good example, because I always go on about shadows, shapes, is this example here. I'm not going to take it too long. This is a very good example of a shadow painting. So all I've drawn and painted there are shadows, nothing else, just the light, the dark shadows. So if you can think of, when you look at something, especially in sunlight, just draw the shadows, nothing else, and the eye does the rest. So I hope that's the second, lesson 7. Lesson 7 is learn to draw shadows and the foreshortening. Now I'm not going to do what these other artists do, and that's have a clip of the artist painting, and all you see is the artist showing off his skills in painting. That doesn't teach you anything. The actual way of learning to paint is actually doing it yourself. Everybody's got their own mark, their own way of drawing and painting, and that's what I want you to do. Thank you. Bye.